Now, looking over to the Sounders side of things, again, the tough news continues to roll. It's really unfortunate. September 17th at Vancouver on the road. So you're playing the Whitecaps, you're playing your rivals. You'd surely like to be able to get this win. You kind of need to get this win, or even a draw would be fine, to keep your playoff hopes alive and to control that to an extent. Seattle didn't do that, as you can see on your screen, losing 2-1, 2 goals early, really just kind of buried the Sounders, and they weren't able to bounce back. An 89th minute goal by Will Bruin would bring them into the realm of any sort of competition there to end this game, but Seattle was not able to find an equalizer late after that goal, and they fell. Played the game midfielder Abbott Rusnak, a 7.3 match rating, better than Will Bruin, who came in to score that goal, an 88% passing percentage, 5 chances created and 2 sole shots. Rusnak's 5 chances created were the most created in the match. I know we've been playing around with this for weeks, months now, but it seems like Seattle may finally be buried. If they win out, they can technically still make the playoffs. There's a good chance, considering that some of the teams that are above them have been in poor form as of late. But just considering this loss, it was a poor loss. Defensively, the mistakes continue to mount. The playoff chances are really low, and it looks really bleak. You needed to at least just get a draw in this game. You play now some teams that, this was a Vancouver team that I didn't necessarily consider the biggest deal to deal with, and they come out and get 2 first-half goals against you. So you start to wonder, is there any gas left in the tank? After that big win against Austin last week, it was like, hey, maybe there is. I mean, we could look at the past week's individual segments for our Sounders in our episodes of CSS on Converge, and it's kind of like mostly, hey, are they done? Are they done? After the win against Austin, it's like, hey, maybe you're picking up. But now, I mean, it seems like, I know we've been playing this for a little bit now, but it's like this might be the final nail in the coffin. I know that they can, if they win out, they can say mathematically alive, but it's going to be tough. They got to play Cincinnati, San Jose, Sporting Kansas City. Those last 2 teams are going to have it in for you. I know San Jose gave it to you when you play them on the road. Kansas City, there's a little bit of a rivalry there after last year when Tim Melia slammed Christian Roldan on the ground. It's going to get tough. It's going to get really tough, and I don't know if Seattle's going to be able to be able to pull it out and have some sort of opportunity to find themselves back in the playoff picture. So we can revisit that, certainly, but it just seems pretty bleak, and I don't know if there's any chance that they're going to be able to squeak out against the odds. In team-related news, on the 12th, it was announced that the club leads the MLS in 4 players with 4 players among the top 25 best-selling jerseys in the MLS regular season. This year, the Rave Green have forwards Raul Ruidiaz and Jordan Morris, making the top 10 at 6th for Ruidiaz and 9th for Jordan Morris, while Christian Roldan in the midfield was at 14th and Nicolas Lodero at 16th. These rankings are based on the overall retail sales of the jerseys on the MLSstore.com since the beginning of the season through September 1st. So good to see that, I guess there's that. Something salvageable. And then on the 14th, it was announced that Jordan Morris would be called into the U.S. men's national team for 2 friendlies. The forward has been called up to the U.S. men's national team for a pair of Europe-based friendlies in the squad's final tune-up matches ahead of the 2022 FIFA World Cup. That's good foreshadowing to an extent to hopefully see Jordan Morris with the World Cup team in Qatar later on this year. We have liked to see Christian Roldan make it there, but all things considered, having at least one of the Sounders on that club will be great to see. Just hope that Roldan would be able to make it in there, just because he's kind of gotten an unlucky bounce. But by head coach Greg Berhalter, and he's injured right now. So we look at the team's record and standings. The Sounders sit at a 12-win, 16-loss, 3-draw record. They are now 10th in the Western Conference. They have 39 points. Things continue to look bleak and bleak. We can look at some updated rankings, but it probably won't look very good. We go back to the MLS table here. I will say it, though. There are some good results happening for the team where they're kind of hanging in it, but it's just tougher and tougher for Seattle. We'll look over to the MLS table. They are currently, they're 4 points out of a playoff spot. That's, two wins is tough. Their next match is a little bit from now, September 27th at home at Lumen Field versus MC Cincinnati. It's a 7 p.m. start, and Cincinnati is fighting for their own playoff spot. So things won't get any easier for